Hey guys, it's Destructive Dan here. So today I'm just gonna be reading a story off Reddit. I'm gonna go someplace dark and scary looking outside. I am the only one awake right now, so my voice is low. But I'm gonna go outside and speak. But alright, let's see. I'm gonna go into the treehouse. I accidentally knocked myself out. Oh my god. I'm stuck out here. No way. Look. I can't fucking get out. I'm gonna have to call my brother later. But alright, let me go to the treehouse. Right now I'm not afraid, but you know when you go someplace and you don't know where it looks like, you kinda get scared. But I haven't been here since I was a kid. So let's just hope nothing's up here. Like any spiders or something breathing on me. Any animals? No. Frogs? There used to be huge frogs. Lizards. And all that. Just don't want to get fucking caught in this shit. Oh god. There's a razor blade. I'm at the treehouse now. I would like to put my mic or my camera to stand somewhere, but I don't want to scream. But alright, let me read it. So I went on Reddit called r/nosleep, and I found a post by Born Beach. Is it you sure? Okay, so he mentioned that something possessed him when I was 7 years old. It made me do unspeakable things. It's a scary thing. Being apart from yourself, being a tool. Have you ever been possessed? I'm guessing not. No, I haven't been possessed. I've seen any possessions from Ghost Adventures. But, I mean, it's like, you look at it, people would probably look at it and be like it's fake and all that, but it looks too real to be fake, you know what I mean? It's not, and they can thank their lucky stars for that. So I'm gonna guess we're all lucky for not being possessed. This guy mentioned that he has been possessed. Oh shit, that was a spider web, I think. Oh god, no, that was a spider web. 3 days after I turned 7, my life crumbled into pieces. It became unrecognizable. That night, my foster parents locked me in the attic and jeered that there were monsters coming to eat me. Werewolves. You know, what? So the parents locked them into the attic. That's bad. We'll let you out in an hour. They laughed. If there's anything left to let out. Oh my god, they laughed at him. It said foster parents, right? It wasn't real, of course. The werewolves. The whole thing was just meant to scare me into obeying their strict rules. I was young, though naive. I'd confided in. I think it's just noises, but what was I? I was young though naive. I confided in them about my deepest fear of men that turned into beast, born from an old Goosebump novel I'd check out of the library. They used it against me, psychological warfare. Betrayal cuts deep, but the betrayal of a parent, of the person who's supposed to protect you when the whole world turns their back on you, that cuts deeper than skin. Those scars don't fade. I spent my first minutes in the attic screaming and crying, beating my fist against the door. They threatened me with 6 hours in the corner. Standing on my tippy toes, if I opened the hatch, I knew what that meant. You deserve this. I'm gonna hold the camera because the wind is starting to pick up and I don't want it to fall. But let me read. You deserve this, they told me. From the other side of the hatch, you know damn well you're supposed to keep your eyes closed during Sunday prayer. A pause, a deep breath. You embarrassed us not only in front of the church, but in front of Father Andrew too. Shame on you. It was true. At least it was true that I opened my eyes. I was a distractible child, later diagnosed with attention deficit disorder. What was I supposed to do? That didn't matter to them. Though in their eyes, not only was I disrespecting the law of the house, I was disrespecting the law of the Lord. That made punishing me easy. It made it an act of God. Do I really have to stay up for a whole hour? I whimpered, gazing wearily across the sea of darkness. The light in the attic hadn't worked for years. That depends, my foster mom replied. If the werewolves get you first. It's just outside noise, don't worry about it. Oh, out of focus. That depends, my foster mom replied. If the werewolves get you first, you might only be in there for 10 or 20 minutes. Who knows? You might get lucky. The two of them left down the hallway, chuckling to themselves. I toyed with the idea of opening the hatch and slipping out of there, but I knew the consequences wouldn't be worth it. Not only would I spend 3 hours in the corner of my tippy toes, but if they noticed I was resting my feet, they would put the wooden board and nails underneath my heels again. Oh my god. Holy crap, that's sick. I had been there before, so instead I took a deep breath, steeling myself against the nightmare of the attic, against the threat of werewolves lurking in the shadows. I took a deep breath and I threatened them. I'm not afraid of you, I called out. I'm a monster too, you know. It was a lie, but a comforting one. The only thing I knew capable of harming a werewolf was a silver bullet, and I had precisely none of those, so the next best thing seemed convincing them I was too tough a target to hurt. After all, running wasn't an option. I began my punishment, waiting near the hatch, panicked and full of adrenaline. I waited for a howl or a growl to meet my ears, for the sound of doom to come out and greet me, but they never did. After I had made it 10 minutes without being eaten, I decided to get riskier. I decided I'd venture beyond safety of the hatch and try to improve my situation. The light switch was far beyond my ability to repair, but finding a flashlight was still a possibility. There was enough junk in the attic to fill a small museum, so it stood to reason that there might be a light hiding in one of its many tittering boxes. I closed my eyes, I took a breath, I mentally prepared myself in the hardest voyage I had taken thus far in my short life. I stepped forward into the dark. Oh God. My footsteps groaned as I creeped through the attic. I stumbled around blindly, holding my arms out and praying I didn't encounter anything with fur. A few steps into the journey, I bumped into an old table that from the feel of it, draped in cloth. My hands fell across its surface, desperately hoping to find a flashlight, but instead finding a nightmare. 8 tiny legs dashed across my skin, skittering up my hand and toward my arm. I yelped, falling. Oh God. I yelped. Fuck. Out of here, bug. I yelped, falling back and shaking the spider loose like a stick. I yelled, falling back and shaking the spider loose like a sticky grenade. Then I slapped my hand 5 or 6 times just to be sure. You're kidding me, Frank, a voice boomed from beneath me. Keep that up and you all won't be just out of a job, you'll be out of a wife, Frank. I listened as the laugh track to my parents' favorite sitcom kicked in downstairs. My foster mom, Sharon, shrieked in amusement while my foster dad, Joey, grunted. I wasn't allowed to watch TV, but I often wondered if the show was as funny as my mama made it seem. It's not, a voice replied. What? Oh shit. Something spoke to him. You deaf? I said it's not. I jumped, stumbling back into a mess of cobwebbed boxes. Who's there? I asked, panic seeping into my words. I'll do nothing, the voice sneered. Suddenly beside my ear, I hollered and scrambled away from it. My head colliding against the sloping roof on the far side of the attic. Pain exploded across my skull. I groaned. My vision swarmed. Hello? I said, gazing in the mounting dread toward the source of the voice. In the dark, I couldn't see a thing. I'm a werewolf, you know, I said, my voice shaking with counterfeit authority. It's a full moon tonight, so I'd watch out if I were you. No, it ain't, and no, you ain't. Something thumped beside me, and my heart skipped a beat. Another thump, 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 thump. The floor beneath me trembled. I never heard of this word. Reverberated. The attic hatch. I realized somebody was knocking on it. You better not be breaking anything up there, my papa shouted from the other side of the hatch. If I hear any more banging, it won't be the werewolves you need to be afraid of. I'll be your ass myself. I swallowed, pressing myself into the far corner of the attic, making myself small. There's somebody up here, I called back. I need you. You're not only disrespectful, came the reply, but a liar now too. He whistled, and I could almost see him shaking his head in mock disbelief. That sounds like you just earned another 20 minutes up there. No, please, I don't want to hear it, he growled. His footsteps faded as he walked back downstairs. I don't want to hear it, he growled. A minute later, I heard my foster mother ask what I broken. Nothing, Papa replied. If he doesn't want to go to school with a black eye tomorrow. Oh, shit. Leave me alone, I pleaded, wanting to throw something at it, but afraid of what my foster parents would do to me if I did. I wasn't kidding about being a werewolf. I can make you safe, you know. A prickling sensation swept across me, deepening with every word in the voice spoke. I can make all of this pain go away. Doesn't that sound nice? You just have to say the word and then poof, you're home free. The word? I repeated, confused. That's right, the word. You know the one you say kneeling beside you bed. The one you say kneeling beside your bed every night, praying to the big guy in the sky. Amen. Laughter echoed around the attic, erotic and mocking. Amen. I meant the other word, the one you mutter with your tears in your eyes and fear in your heart. Afraid your dear parents might hear you say it out loud. I pressed my lips, a terrible feeling growing in my gut. Suddenly the voice felt so much worse than a simple werewolf. It felt like it was manipulating me, testing me. I don't cry when I pray, I said defiantly. I don't know what you're talking about. The voice stepped forward and the entire house rattled against its weight. Dust drifted down the rafters. The floorboards squealed. It was loud, too loud. The fuck did I just tell you, boy? Joey shouted from below. If I had to get up there from the couch, you're gonna wish there was really a lock on that hatch. I swallowed, desperately praying that this terrible voice would just leave me alone. Go away, I told it. Just leave me be. No. It took another step forward, and another shock wave rippled through the house. The frame trembled with a low rumble. I'm not going anywhere. You're stuck with me. No, he's gonna be mad, I whimpered, pressing my hands to my ears and shaking my head. Stop making so much noise, he'll hurt me. A sound met my ears, low and low, like a cardboard box sliding off another cardboard box. My heart froze. A symphony of glass shattered my pleas. A second later, another box tipped. Something tumbled out of it, obnoxious and heavy, rolling across the floor like a bowling ball. I'm gonna make you believe, the voice laughed. No matter what it takes. No. Beneath me, the TV went silent. A muffled voice rose from the living room, and the sound of snapping leather met my ears. Nothing in him that my belt won't fix. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? I hissed in the darkness. Why are you making them hurt me? Tears welled in my eyes as I prepared for the discipline that was coming my way, for the pain. Footsteps thundered up the stairs. No, I called down, desperate and afraid. I didn't break anything. It wasn't me. Panic stole my senses. This wasn't fair. I didn't deserve to be punished. I was good this time. I made sure of it. Say the word boil, the voice said, jovially. I never heard of that word. Say the word or you'll beg for it later. Beaten and bruised. Shook my head in tears, staining my cheeks. No, I know what you are. monster. Go away, I'm a good kid and I pray every night. I fist pounded against the underside of the attic hatch. The handle would rattle like somebody was tugging on it, trying to open it, but it wouldn't give away. Get your hands off the hatch, my foster dad roared, or you'll regret it for the rest of your life. Say the word, a voice hissed. Do it now before it gets you. I clapped my hands to my ears, shaking my head wildly. No, just leave me alone. Go away. My foster mom voice joined the chaos beneath us. What's he done now, Joey? She asked. Locked himself up there? Well, we can't just stay up there for the rest of the night then, trapped with the werewolves. No, he damn well can't, Sharon, he shouted. I've got valuable things in those boxes in the little... Well, you can just stay up there the rest of the night. Trap with the werewolves. No, you damn well can't, Sharon. He shouted. I've got valuable things in these boxes. And little shit stains, destroying them. My foster dad grunted and the attic hatch squealed as he pulled against it with his entire weight. Running out of time, the voice said, closer to me now. Tick tock, say the word. You'll pay for this in blood. Who knows when he'll stop eating you. Hopefully before you drop dead. I screamed, collapsing onto the floor and bawling, clutching my hands over my ears. Stop it, I shrieked. Stop it. There wasn't any escape. Threats surrounded me and my foster parents below. The voice in the attic with me, one wanted to physically hurt me and the other wanted to turn me from God, to make me admit I didn't have faith I claimed to have. I just wanted them both to go away forever. Just wanted to go to my room and play with my action figures and read my storybooks. Just wanted to be a normal kid again, with a normal family. A creak sounded, followed by a snap of wood. Light flooded the attic, and I gazed in horror toward the new open hatch. He managed to pull the steps free. Little fucking shit, my papa snarled. I'm gonna teach you a lesson. Lord knows that he deserves it, my mama chimed in. She sounded eager, earnest. He's being disobedient since he got here last July. You need to quit going easy on him. No, I howled, staring toward the hatch. Papa Joey's face appeared above the floor line, stomping up the steps, eyes bulging. He looked wild with rage. In his raised hand, he held a belt, its large metal buckle gleaming in the downstairs light. Little fucker, he growled. You wish you were still living with the drug addict mother of yours. I scrambled back into the far corner of the attic, my heart pounding out of my chest. Cobwebs tickled my skin, but I didn't care. How could I? I had bigger problems. I recoiled, raising my hands defensively as tears gushed from my eyes. A word fell out of my lips, a single piercing word. I shrieked with everything I had, even though I knew it wouldn't change a thing because it never had. Help, I screamed. That's more like it, the voice said, dripping with sudden violence. Took you long enough. I woke up in the large white bed. A man in a robe stared down at me with cold, calculated eyes. He looked angry. He also looked familiar. Look who's up, Father Andrew said dryly. It only took you 4 days. I blinked, blearily-eyed and unsure what was going on. 4 days, I said groggily. Father, where am I? You're in the hospital, Alex. He nodded to the other beds in the room. You remember what happened? Something happened. A memory crossed my mind of the belt and Joey's angry face storming up the steps. I remember feeling like I was in a lot of trouble. I remember feeling afraid. Am I okay? I asked. That depends, Andrew said with a frown. Do you feel okay? I feel tired and my head's a bit sore. His eyes bored into me. Do you feel like yourself? I squinted, my mind beginning to catch up to the situation. Memories lurched out. Memories lurched out of the darkness. dark spots of my mind, memories of a voice, of a malevolent presence tempting me to admit I've been crying during my prayers. Now I was here in the hospital next to a priest. What happened? I asked more urgently. Even at 7, I couldn't paint a decent picture of what was going on. Doctors have been in, Andrew explained. You'll be happy to know that you're fine physically, and that you'll be happy to know you've woken from your coma. Coma? I had no idea what a coma was, but I didn't have time to find out. I had other questions I needed answered. Where's Mama Sharon and Papa Joey? I asked. Are they mad at me? A sinking feeling formed in my gut. After the voice had destroyed so much the attic, my foster parents were bound to be furious with me. I'd probably get a second helping of discipline when I get home. Joey and Sharon are dead, he said. I stared at the gravity of the word beyond my understanding. What do you mean? Father Andrew glanced at the room around us and pulled the curtain around my bed, shielding us from prying eyes. You killed them, Alex, he whispered. You burned away every ounce of blood in their bodies and seared crucifix into their foreheads. When the police showed up, you were comatose. Sharon and Joey were husk. What? I swallowed. No, horror wrapped itself around me. Realization swirled in my head. I remember the attic. The voice tempted me to break my vow to God. He had asked me to say a word, to give myself up to its evil. My voice cracked and my body shuddered with tears. My world beginning to crash around me. I loved them, I said, sobbing. I wouldn't do that. I loved them, I promised. That may be, Andrew said, reaching into his jacket and pulling out a vial of clear liquid. But they only play that loving you. He unstopped the vial and doused me in its contents. I recalled. Stop that, it's holy water, he explained. He gave a vial of gentle shake in front of me, showcasing the small amount of liquid left inside. I poured most of this vial into you over the past 3 days, but never had any effect. Do you know why that is? Holy water? I racked my mind. I heard of that in Sunday school. Is meant to protect against demons and other terrible things. Understanding dawned at me. I gazed up at my father and at the father, horrified, shaking my head as though I had just denied it hard enough that I could make it all go away. I knew better though, so did he. The way Andrew looked down on me, he already had a good grasp of the situation. He knew, and now he was challenging me to lie about it, to prove that I was still possessed. I talked to a demon in the attic, I blurted out, guilt twisting inside of me. My lip curled and my tears poured out my eyes. I'm sorry, I gave myself up to it. I'm sorry, so sorry. I didn't meant to say the word I didn't know. He grabbed me by my shoulder and his eyes urgent. The word? You said a word? I nodded, wimping my running nose on my sleeve. It wanted me to say it. What word, Alex? I don't think I should say. Andrews leaned closer to me with his mouth to my ear. Even though his voice was quieter, it felt more menacing, more serious. What was the damn word, Alex? Say it now. I shuddered. I never heard Andrews curse before. If I say the word, I stuttered, the demon might come back in. The father snarled, gripping me in front of my hospital gown. Say the bloody word. He tore the crucifix from the Netflix and pressed it against my forehead. Enough excuses. Help, I whimpered. I'll help you once I'm sure. No, I said. That was the word I asked for. Help. Help? He stared at me blankly as though processing something. You asked for help? I nodded, shaking. He heaved a sigh, releasing me from his grip and pocketing his crucifix. Oh, Jesus, he muttered. He ran a hand through his hair and back over his face. He smiled at me. Thank God. I blinked. For what? You really were possessed, Alex, Andrew said, resting a hand on my arm, and took a deep breath. And when he spoke again, his voice was softer, consoling. Some force took control of my body in that house. It used you to commit unspeakable acts of violence against your parents. Through you, it killed them. My heart fell. There was no running from the truth now. My body quaked with the fresh onset of tears, and my reply came back between ugly, choking sobs. Am I bad now, Father? I asked. Will I always be possessed by that demon? Demon, Andrew said, taken aback. He gazed at me for a moment before shaking his head and pulling me into a tight hug. Heavens no, you were possessed by it. You weren't possessed by a demon, Alex. You were possessed by an angel. Oh shit, angel possession. That's the end of the video. I'll see you guys soon. Let me know you want to see more videos of me reading stuff. When I read stuff, I'll try to find like a dark place to read in. Don't really get that much. I just thought the treehouse would be nice, but now I think about it, it's all mosquitoes and stuff. But that's about it. Alright guys, I'll see you guys soon. If you want me to do more videos like these, I can do it. Just leave a like, I guess. That's just know that people enjoy it. But alright guys, I'll see you guys soon.